behalf of my family, my brother, Darnell Bouler, and my sister, Melissa Bouler, we're the only surviving members of the family. We want the world to know something about our father, Melvin C. Bouler, the man who was brutally and unjustifiably taken from us by officers of the Gary, Indiana Police Department. A gentle 82-year-old man, hearing impaired. Our father was humble, hardworking, Christian man who took care of and loved his family dearly. He and my mother, Mrs. Maddie Bouler, raised 4 children, Darnell, Muralyn, Melissa, and me. He was in the home. His presence was not just physical. He was immersed in our lives and activities. He was a stabilizing force in our home. We never lacked things we needed and enjoyed many of the things we wanted. He disciplined us as necessary to shape and mold us and mold our behavior and our conduct. Daddy was hardworking and a responsible man who generally cared for those around him. He worked long hours so we would lack nothing and not have to ask anything or anyone, not family, not friends, and certainly not the government, to take care of his God-ordained responsibility. He was a solid, upstanding citizen who never accepted charity or handouts.
All right.
Our father's love and concern for those around him was palpable. He worked many years with U.S. Reduction. He served with distinction as president of his union local until he retired because he wanted to work for and help improve his and his co-workers' standard of living and quality of life. Melvin Bouler faithfully served as an usher on the usher board of St. John Baptist Church right here in Gary. He was serving in that capacity until he was slain by the Gary police officers. He never did anything to dishonor or soil his standing. Our father was a law-abiding and model citizen who taught us to respect the law, the personal and property rights of others and ourselves. He not only taught it, but he modeled it. Melvin Bouler had no troubles or run-ins with the law or with law enforcement. He insisted that it was never right or to do wrong or never wrong to do right. None of his criminal records or have ever had any issues with the law due to large part of our family's father's teachings and tutoring. Our mother and father had been married almost 64 years at the time of our father's death. Melvin Bouler took care of and always provided for her. Our mother never got over the brutal slaying of our father. My mother died of complications less than 3 months after my father died. The real irony of all of this is Daddy opted to stay in Gary when many family members asked him to leave. He told us he believed in Gary. Unfortunately, this alleged allegiance cost him his life. Betrayal is one of the saddest things that I could tell you all about. One of the worst and saddest things about betrayal is that it never comes from your enemies.